Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to overcome the seemingly insurmountable challenges life throws at us? We're not talking about minor inconveniences or short-term setbacks. We're talking about those colossal, life-altering challenges that make us question our capacity to endure. The kind that seems to tower over us like a mountain, casting a long shadow of doubt and fear. At the heart of this monumental struggle, there's a single, powerful concept: resilience. It's the grit, the determination, the indomitable spirit that pushes us to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep striving even when every fiber of our being screams at us to stop, to give up, to accept defeat. Resilience is the spark that ignites the flame of perseverance. It's the force that propels us forward, pushing us to scale the peaks of our personal Everest, no matter how daunting the climb might be. It's the steadfast resolve that allows us to stare down the face of adversity and declare with unwavering conviction, "I will not be defeated." But resilience is more than just a lofty ideal. It's a tangible, practical skill that can be honed and developed. It's the bedrock foundation of personal growth and self-improvement. It's the key that unlocks the door to our full potential, the compass that guides us through the darkest valleys and the highest peaks of our personal journey. And just as a blacksmith tempers steel in the furnace, molding it into a blade of unmatched strength and sharpness, so too does the crucible of adversity forge us into stronger, more resilient individuals. Through the fires of challenge and hardship, we emerge tempered and hardened, ready to face whatever the world throws at us with an unwavering spirit of resilience. So, how does one cultivate this resilience? How does one go from being a piece of raw, untested metal to a finely honed blade of unwavering resolve and determination? Today, we will learn from two extraordinary individuals who epitomize the power of resilience: David Goggins and Jocko Willink. David Goggins, often referred to as the toughest man alive, didn't earn this title easily. David Goggins is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a living embodiment of resilience. His story is one of hardship, struggle and triumph over adversity, a narrative that begins in the harsh landscape of his childhood. Born in Buffalo, New York, Goggins was a victim of racism, poverty, and domestic violence growing up. He was once a man burdened by a weight of over 300 pounds, plagued by self-doubt and haunted by a past that threatened to consume him. But Goggins refused to be defined by his circumstances. He chose, instead, to redefine them. He decided to take control, to mold his own fate. He looked at his reflection one day and decided he didn't want to be the person staring back at him. So, he changed. And he did so with a determination that can only be described as superhuman. Goggins embarked on a journey that led him from obesity to becoming a Navy SEAL, arguably the most physically and mentally demanding military training in the world. He didn't stop there. He went on to complete the Army Ranger School and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training, earning himself the esteemed Top Honor Man title. But Goggins was not just content with surviving the grueling military training. He wanted to push his limits further, to test the boundaries of his endurance. So he turned to ultra running, a sport that demands both physical stamina and mental fortitude. Goggins, with his unwavering resolve, excelled here too, setting records and completing some of the world's toughest endurance races. His accomplishments are staggering, but what's more impressive is the mindset that fueled them. Goggins didn't just overcome adversity, he sought it out, he thrived on it. He used it as fuel to push himself beyond what he thought was possible. He developed a no-quit mentality, a resolve so strong that even the harshest of conditions couldn't break him. In his own words, Goggins says, "The mind is a powerful thing, it's the most powerful weapon you have." And he used this weapon to its full potential. He didn't let his mind limit him, he didn't let it tell him he couldn't do something. He used it to tell himself he could, and then he did. David Goggins' story is not just about physical feats, it's about mental strength, it's about resilience, it's about not letting your circumstances define you, but defining them yourself. It's about pushing past the limits you think you have, and discovering what you're truly capable of. David Goggins teaches us that the only limits we have are the ones we impose on ourselves. Scene script: Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL officer, is a shining example of discipline and leadership. Jocko Willink is not just a man, he's a testament to the power of discipline. Born in a small New England town, Jocko was an ordinary child with extraordinary dreams. From a young age he exhibited an unyielding determination that set him apart. This determination was the driving force that propelled him to become one of the most revered Navy SEAL officers of our time. Jocko's military career is a saga of courage and leadership. He served with distinction in one of the world's most elite military units, the SEAL Team 3's Task Unit Bruiser. In the battle-scarred streets of Ramadi, Iraq, he led his unit with a level of discipline and tenacity that would become his hallmark. His leadership wasn't about authority but rather about taking responsibility, about extreme ownership, as he would later call it. Extreme ownership is more than just a philosophy to Jocko, it's a way of life. It's about owning every aspect of your world, taking responsibility for your actions, and leading from the front. It's about understanding that discipline isn't a limitation, but rather a pathway to freedom. Jocko's discipline is as relentless as the crashing waves against a cliff, unwavering and unyielding. Jocko's military career is a testament to his discipline. Despite the challenges and adversities he faced, he never wavered. He led his team through some of the most perilous situations imaginable, always maintaining his composure and determination. His actions under pressure earned him the respect and admiration of not only his team, but also the entire military community. But Jocko's story doesn't end with his military career. Post-retirement, he took his philosophy of extreme ownership and applied it to the civilian world. He co-founded a company, Echelon Front, to share his leadership principles. He wrote books, hosted podcasts, and gave speeches, spreading his message of discipline and ownership. He showed us that the principles that served him in the battlefield are equally applicable in our daily lives. Jocko's life is an embodiment of discipline. His unwavering determination, his extreme ownership philosophy, and his relentless pursuit of excellence are a beacon for all of us. He shows us that discipline isn't about restriction, it's about liberation. It's about owning your actions, leading from the front, and never backing down, no matter how tough the situation. Jocko's story teaches us that discipline is not just a trait, it's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to ourselves, to our goals, and to our dreams. It's about understanding that the road to success is paved with discipline, and that without it, we are merely drifting in the wind. Jocko Willink shows us that discipline is the pathway to freedom and overcoming adversity. Through his actions, he reminds us that we too can embody discipline, take extreme ownership, and conquer any challenge that comes our way. So, what can we learn from the life stories of David Goggins and Jocko Willink? Well, if there's one thing that both of these extraordinary individuals have shown us, it's the power of resilience. They've demonstrated time and again that it's not the circumstances that define us, but rather our response to them. In the face of adversity, they didn't crumble. They grew stronger. They didn't surrender to their situations. They fought back, proving that resilience isn't merely about surviving, but thriving amid challenges. From David Goggins, we've seen a man who defied all odds, broke through barriers, and transformed himself from a man weighed down by hurdles into a beacon of endurance and perseverance. His story teaches us that determination is a potent force, one that can propel us to heights we never thought possible. Goggins showed us that the human spirit is unbreakable, that the will to push through, to fight, to not give up, is a strength that we all possess. He embodied the essence of the phrase, "Pain is temporary, quitting lasts forever." He taught us that our limits are often self-imposed, and that with determination, we can shatter these invisible barriers. Turning our attention to Jocko Willink, we see another story of formidable resilience. A man who has embodied discipline, who has shown us that consistency and dedication are the cornerstones of success. Willink's journey illustrates that it's not about being perfect, but about striving for improvement every single day. He's shown us that the path to greatness isn't always glamorous. It's paved with sweat, effort, and the relentless pursuit of better. It's about waking up each day, ready to face whatever challenges come our way and grinding out the work, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. In essence, the stories of Goggins and Willink are tales of triumph over adversity, of resilience, determination, and never giving up regardless of the circumstances. They teach us that we are stronger than we think, capable of more than we imagine, and that no obstacle is insurmountable. Remember, it's not about the cards you're dealt, but how you play the hand. So rise, persist, and conquer every challenge that stands in your way,